¿Qué tal? Buenas, buenas. Continuamos en este playthrough de Horizon Forbidden West. En el anterior episodio nos habíamos quedado hablando con Errant, Bar y
Well, you
So.
didn't have two left feet like I do.
I could teach you.
Don't tempt me.
By the forge, find an inn and leave me alone.
Nos habíamos quedado hablando con estos sujetos de por aquí y aparte también habíamos hablado con Alba, pues de toda la historia de su tribu y cosillas relacionadas a la misión anterior de las principales que tuvimos en San Francisco. Entonces habíamos quedado que íbamos a ir a hablar con Gaia, pero antes iba a ir con mi clon y tal vez con Cataldo. Con Cochaldo, entonces vamos a ir a hablar con ellos. Pero antes que nada quiero ver esto de aquí. No lo podemos hacer, ninguno de estos. Estos ni siquiera desbloqueados están. Ok. Vámonos para con Cotalo. Mira si tiene cosas que decir, a ver.
My blade is ready.
I bet people are curious about that new arm of yours.
None more than our Quen ally, I assure you. She couldn't wait to take it apart and figure out how it works. I gave her the data I used to build the thing, hoping that would satisfy her curiosity instead.
Good luck with that. How are your studies going?
I wanted to learn more about the world of the Old Ones.
And?
I looked up this pharaoh Gaia said you went looking for, and learned about the plague of machines he unleashed. To think that the ancient world was wiped out by a mistake. A single miscalculation. There is no glory or honor in such a fate. Only hubris and pointless death.
That about sums it up.
Que nos llegara a pasar algo así en la sociedad actual que tenemos va a estar muy, muy sad. Y bueno, arrogancia no siento que sería, ¿no? Simplemente la cagaste muy cabrón. Pero ya cuando eres como Farhan, donde el vato se creía perfecto y así, pues bien cabrón, ahí sí no te mames.
Have you spoken with Alva?
The Quen is peculiar. Nothing like a Tanakh. Her mind is sharp, that much is certain. But it's hard to imagine her surviving in the wilds.
Trust me, she's tougher than she looks.
I will take your word for it.
Muy
I
bien.
should go.
I'll be ready when you call.
Nos falta hablar con nuestro clon, que es media sangroncilla. Por aquí no es... Achis, ¿por dónde es? Tal vez por aquí. Vámonos por acá. Según yo es por aquí, ¿no? ¡Ábrele! Vámonos pues, entonces parece que con el clon no tenemos que hablar.
Pizza? Apparently it tastes worse the longer it takes to be delivered. Or something like that.
Maybe you can find the recipe?
I think it was just flat bread. With cheese. And some sauce.
I like it already.
Muy bien. Voy descalza, güey. Sí, ¿no? A ver, modo foto. Vamos a verle las patas. Sí, en efecto, estás descalza, Eloy. La neta, yo me pondré unos zapatos, ¿eh? Eso de andar corriendo por ahí en la tierra, en la espesura, en donde hay un montón de cosas que te pueden cortar las plantas de los pies. No sé si es muy inteligente no traer unos guarachitos mínimo, ¿eh? Pero pues cada quien, ¿verdad?
Welcome back.
Oli, permíteme, Gaia, vamos a tener que poner aquí un ambiente diferente.
Okay, data modules in.
Isla de las agujas. Ah, no vi cuál era. Creo que va a ser este, ¿no? Creo que también este bioma está chidillo.
An excellent choice.
Nice. Un poquito posapocalíptico, la verdad. Pero chidillo. Muy bien. A ver, ya cuéntame cosas.
Aloy, I know your experience in Thebes was unsettling, but we have a new problem.
Did something go wrong with Beta and the rig? Will we be able to transport you to Gemini?
The rig is complete. The problem is Hephaestus itself. It has accelerated its proliferation throughout the Cauldron network, increasing its power.
But with your subfunctions restored, we can still succeed, right?
Correct, but the net effect is that absorbing Hephaestus will take longer than previously calculated.
How long?
Even with Omega clearance, my current estimate is that the merge will take 35 hours.
And each hour increases the risk of detection by the Zeniths. Two cores. Two overrides. What if the merge were carried out by two clones of Elizabeth Sobek, both armed with Omega clearance? How long then? Half the time?
Hephaestus would be unprepared for the simultaneous labor of two operators, in addition to obvious synergetic efficiencies. Calculating. It would reduce the merge time to approximately 4.5 hours.
Okay. Varl, it looks like we're gonna need Beta at Gemini. Do you think you can convince her?
I don't know, but I'll try.
What about our diversion? Are the pulse generators ready?
Only a final test remains. I am confident that if fired in proximity to other cauldrons, the pulses will mask our activities at Gemini from the Zeniths.
Good. As long as Aaron can operate one without shooting himself in the face.
Aloy, you better get down here. Beta's in bad shape.
Okay.
Por eso no podía hablar con Beta.
Aloy, I believe Varl is still waiting for you, outside Beta's room.
I know. I just wanted to talk about something else first.
As you wish.
Cuéntame cositas, Gaia.
So I, found Thebes. What do you think Ted would have done if his life extension treatments had worked?
It seems he convinced himself it was his duty to guide future humans. Given the tribal nature of new humans, and his ability to use Omega clearance on the terraforming system, I imagine he would have convinced one or more tribes to worship him as their patriarchal deity.
Okay. Yep, glad that didn't happen.
Ese vato sí estaba bien narcisista, el crack.
Aside from Gaia Prime and Thebes, there was one other underground facility that was sealed before the Pharaoh Plague reached it. Elysium. The place where Zero Dawn staff and their families went to live out their lives. Do you know what happened to it?
Elysium was designed to provide life support for 100 years. My data indicates the facility went offline well before then.
Did the Pharaoh Plague find them?
Unknown. My connection to the facility was abruptly severed.
Vaya, vaya. Cositas aquí creo que ya las pusimos todas. Preguntas sobre los Zenith. Según yo ya platicamos sobre esto, no sé por qué no las marca como ya platicadas. Nuestro progreso, a ver. Este de aquí.
How's Alva settling in?
As soon as she arrived, Alva was eager to study the data in the archive. A particular file soon caught her attention. Information about a machine assistant devoted to keeping living spaces neat and orderly. I informed her that once I am empowered with the abilities of Hephaestus, I may be able to design such a machine.
I'm sure she'll like that.
Muy bien. Creo que ya quedó.
I should be going.
Goodbye, Ayla.
A ver, vamos a ver a nuestra clon. ¿Qué hizo ahora?
Aloy. I tried, but it's impossible. I don't think anything will convince her to go.
We don't have a choice.
Good luck.
Beta, you have to come with us. It's the only way. It's one mission. The most important one. We need you. Tell me why you won't go. What if they take me back? Alone, in a cell again. Their slave. Forever.
Mira las posibilidades. Yo creo que esta.
We have a solid plan. You helped come up with it. Without you there, the probability that the Zeniths discover us is high. But with you, that risk is much less. We'll get Hephaestus, get out, and come back here. It'll be okay. No! You can't guarantee that. I told you from the beginning we'll never beat them. It's hopeless. Beta. Leave me alone! You don't understand! You're right. I don't understand. We have the same genes, the same mind, the same heart. So why can't you find the strength to do what has to be done? Like Elizabeth would. Don't you think I've thought about that? I don't know what piece of Elizabeth I'm missing. I don't know what you have that I don't. I look through all the data from your focus. You were raised as an outcast, shunned, and isolated just like me, so what's the difference? What's my defect?
Ay, pinche morra. Mentalidad de víctima, crack. No te va a llevar muy lejos.
Beta. You don't have a defect. Beta. Look, it's not a piece of Elizabeth. The difference is, I had him. Frost. He raised you, trained you, but he was never warm or loving. The day he died, the day he gave you that charm, he was going to abandon you. He wanted me to embrace the tribe. But then he gave his life for mine. He loved me in his own way. And that was enough. What did it feel like? It was like having a strength that was always there. It's still there. Even now I hear him in my head when things get bad. But it looks impossible. Look deeper. And then fight like you can win.
Qué pinche manera tan chingona de ver la vida, ¿no? Aun cuando las probabilidades estén en tu contra.
You don't have to go on the mission. We'll find another way. I'll go. Like you said, odds are in our favor if I do. We have to succeed.
Exactamente, morra, exactamente.
But you have to promise me one thing. Yes, of course. If it goes bad, if the Zeniths find us, I don't want to be their slave again. Do you understand? Okay. Promise? I promise.
Como si la promesa ya fuera garantizarle
I'd
que no
use
va a
as much
pasar.
time as you can give me to study up on the merge, to make it as efficient as possible. I'll be ready when you are. I swear.
Muy bien.
Aloy, whenever you're ready, come speak to me and I'll ask the others to make final preparations for the mission.
Suena como si ya estuviéramos en la última misión, ¿no? De las últimas. Pero no tendría sentido porque todavía me falta poder volar. Y hay muchas misiones que están bloqueadas y todavía no puedo volar. Entonces, algo se nos está pasando. Calderitos están hechos. Estas me dan flojera. Esta también. Campamentos rebeldes, puestos rebeldes. No sé qué diferencia haya. La arena. Tras reabastecer. La balista le puede matar a peligrosas máquinas en desafíos. Eso es nomás porque tienen el tiempo ese que te obligan a hacerlo en cierto tiempo. Me dan flojera hacerlos realmente. Esos también te ponen tiempo y eso pues necesitas... Es mucho más difícil con tiempo que sin tiempo. Y me da flojera encontrar todas las habilidades y equipamiento para hacer eso. Este no lo pudimos desbloquear. Estos creo que los calamos. Ah, creo que sí era como ir a nomás matar enemigos o así. O máquinas. No me interesa. Tampoco me interesa. Habla con Salma. Escucha el rumor sobre asalto mecánico. En cadena chirriante hay mucha aflicción. Ah, estos me dan flojera. El juego de mesa ese. Sí, básicamente no podemos hacer las secundarias y mandados que me interesan. Y este de Geminis, ¿no? Yo creo que sigue. Esta es una de las misiones principales que han de estar como por el final del juego, pero no creo que sea la última. Oh, ahí hay una misión secundaria. Se activó. A ver, Peira, ¿tienes algo nuevo que decirme?
Hey, I just wanted to make sure you're okay. I am. Is there something you wanted to talk about?
Me dice como si fueran nuevos, pero creo que ya hablamos con este y con este, ¿no? A ver.
So aside from Varl and Gaia, who else have you been talking to? Zoe told me how you met after your escape from the Hades Proving Lab. I had no idea you were severely injured. If it wasn't for Varl and Zoe, what matters is they helped me, and I recovered. Right? Right.
Parece que sí era nuevo. A ver.
You said you and Varl talk sometimes. What about? He told me about your tribe, the Nora, and the proving ritual you did. I told him if I was born into the tribe, I'd never be able to do the proving. It'd take a lot of physical training, but I bet you could do it. No, no. I'd be more interested in studying artifacts from the old world. Or the bunker door in All Mother Mountain. Well, the Nora would make you an outcast for that. Well, then I suppose we'd be outcasts together.
La sonrisilla.
Alva's joined us. Have you two had a chance to talk? She told me she's not allowed to access a lot of the data her people have. similar to the restrictions I had in my training interface. I told her that if we succeed at Gemini, then once we return, I'll help her search for more ways to help her family. Even though Gaia will fix the biosphere, it'll take time for farmlands to fully recover. So, I want to help speed things up. How so? Bioengineering of more resilient plant strains, novel crop production methods, equipment upgrades. Something that might help in the short term.
Mhm.
I'm sure she'll appreciate it. So when you talk to the others, are you calling them over the focus? No, they'll come down here to visit. Like Erend. He's funny. But loud. I wish I could show him the media portal and the data channel. I think he would like the sports hollows. There was one where two people would criticize each other before wrestling to see who was stronger. It was bizarre and violent, but I think Erend would enjoy it. Yeah, you're right. I bet he would.
¿Qué será cuando juegan vencidas o algo así? ¿A lo que se refiere?
So how goes setting up on the merge? Guy and I have added a function that will display a holographic interface to visualize the data stream from Hephaestus. It should make expunging its malicious code a little more efficient. That's great. Whatever we can do to cut down the merge time is going to increase our chance of success. Good work. I'll continue to search for other ways to speed up the process. But whenever you're ready, I am too.
Muy bien.
Talk to you later, Beta. Bye, Aloy.
Mira, ya está más amigable, ¿eh? No que antes bien roñosa. Bueno, tal vez roñosa no es la descripción correcta. Bien sangrona sería.
And dirt. Don't forget all that dirt we had to bring in.
If we're going to go around trying to protect life, we should have more of it around.
I think it looks nice.
Ok. Esta morra me está dando una misión. Y estos dudes tienen cosas que decirme. Y seguramente hasta el cochado tienes cosas nuevas. A ver. Cuéntame cosas, Arend.
Hey, I thought I'd check in before leaving for Gemini.
Are you sure we shouldn't be checking up on you? Whatever went on between you and Beta sounded intense. Not that I'm judging. Forge knows all the screws flew loose every time Mercer and I fought.
I think we'll be fine from now on.
I'm glad to hear it.
After we get Hephaestus, we'll be taking the fight to the Zeniths. So, no more reading.
It wasn't that bad. Not really. Besides, going through all that data helped me realize something. You know, the soldiers, the ones that fought the Pharaoh machines so Gaia could be built, they were fighting a battle that couldn't be won. Not with all the weapons in the world. I think most of them realized that, whether anyone said it or not. They still did it, though. They bought time for all the eggheads working to save the future. Our future. As long as I can do that for you, I'll consider myself a success.
Thank you, Erend.
La neta.
I'm glad you're with me.
Okay, enough. I'm gonna get emotional.
De solo ponerte a pensar en una situación así en donde sabes que se van a morir prácticamente toda la humanidad y que lo único que estás haciendo es darle tiempo a los demás para que puedan hacer como su equivalente a Arca de Noé. Pero bueno, en este caso se van a morir todos y luego va a renacer en el futuro esa vida. Todo lo que estás haciendo simplemente para que la vida pueda existir en el futuro. Imaginar eso. O sea, todos se van a morir, todos. Tú simplemente estás dándole a la vida una oportunidad de reflorecer en el futuro. A la madre. Qué intenso.
Anybody take you up on that ale you brought yet?
Zoe can't stand the smell of it. I tried Alva, but I don't think she knows what taking a break means. And I'm not putting Varl anywhere near that stuff after that victory party in Meridian.
What about Catalo?
Now there's a man that can hold his liquor. Pretty sure we downed half a keg. We had a good chat, I think.
What's wrong with your shoulder?
Yeah, it hurts a little. Yeah, maybe a lot.
What'd you do?
Well, I tried to arm wrestle with Catallo.
Yeah, maybe that wasn't such a great idea.
I was just curious to see if that new arm of his was as strong as it looked.
Este
Turns out
vato,
it really
güey.
is.
Y te pones ahí a jugar unas pinches sencillas con un brazo que seguramente va a ser superior a un vaso humano. O sea, pinche de metal y quién sabe. O sea, si está bien ideado, seguramente sería una cosa bien brutal. Pues no le vas a ganar, güey.
I should go.
Same here. I got a date with a cauldron to prepare for.
Ok. A ver, Barl, cuéntame cositas.
Aloy, everything okay with you and Beta? It sounded like you guys had a, lively conversation.
We just had a lot to talk about.
Does this mean she's coming with us to Gemini?
It does. I hope you're ready to rein in the most stubborn AI of all time.
That's what all this was for, wasn't it?
Hephaestus won't go down quietly.
Hephaestus is just a program that's lost its way. We are fighting for our survival. I can always call upon the goddess if you're nervous.
Funny. I hope firing off those pulse generators will be enough to distract the Zeniths.
It'll work. It has to.
Always optimistic, huh?
Nah, just stubborn. It's a good quality to have when dealing with you.
Yeah, right.
Pues no es que tengas una alternativa, Eloy. O sea, o le calas y ojalá se les gane, o si no, pues se chingan todos los de esta base. Entonces, pues intentarlo.
You were right, you know, about keeping Rost's memories buried. I guess part of me thought he was holding me back, because he wanted me to be a Nora. But the truth is, he gave me a lot. And I took him for granted.
He was a good man. He raised you well.
Any last findings you want to share before leaving?
Not really. Though I've reached a decision.
Oh?
When we put Gaia together, I want to return to the Nora. Spread what I've learned.
You think they'll listen to you?
In time, I believe so.
If anyone can make it happen, it's you, Varl.
Ya veremos, carnal, ¿eh? Es muy difícil quitar tradiciones muy arraigadas en la gente. Imagínate a ese nivel de tradiciones que han de tener. De hecho, creo que si te ibas de la tribu o algo así, en el 1 decían que si salías sin permiso, pues ya no te dejaban regresar. Entonces así se salió este dude. A ver cómo te va, Barl.
What will you and Zoe do if you go back to the Embrace?
I hope she'll come with me. At least for a while. And I'll go with her to Plainsong too. She'll probably want to talk to her people about all this as well. We'll figure it out.
I know you will. How does everyone seem to you?
Anxious, but ready. I heard Catallo ask for Alva's help with his pulse generator. And I know he's been helping her with a few fighting techniques, just in case.
I hope they aren't needed.
Like I said, just in case.
I'm
Muy
glad
bien.
you're coming with me, Varl.
Sure there's no urge to run off alone in there somewhere?
No more running.
Sí me recuerda mucho esta dinámica en donde tienes tu base y tienes así compañeros alrededor de toda tu base. Me recuerda mucho a lo que era Mass Effect. Llevas a tu navecita y vas juntando ahí personajes.
We're fighting immortals from the stars now?
Looks like it.
What's next? Wizards from the moon?
Maybe. Podría ser, crack. No lo descartes.
Hey, we'll be going after Hephaestus soon. You good with the plan?
I've already got the location of my assigned cauldron.
Good.
I heard you and Beta had a talk.
News travels fast.
It wasn't exactly a quiet conversation.
There were
Chismecitos.
just things that needed to be said.
A healthy crop to those who clear the weeds between them, as the Utaru say.
Hmm.
You look like you have something on your mind.
We're going to war soon. And war is something I promised myself I'd left behind in the Red Raids. But the more of your data I go through, every voice I hear, every word I read from our ancient past, it makes me realize just how much life was given so that ours could flourish. Fighting for that gift, it's our responsibility. If we fail, it was all for naught.
Helps to know you're not alone.
For a moment there, you sounded like Varl.
I don't know what you're talking about. I should go.
As soon as you intend to leave for Gemini,
You'll hear about it.
Muy bien. A ver, vamos con Mr. Cachalo.
Aloy, are you well?
Had a bit of an issue with Beta. It's better now, though.
Ah, I'm not surprised.
Really? Why not?
I once knew a warrior who discovered he had a brother late in life. It was deeply uncomfortable for him.
Did he ever get over it?
In time. But not before the two siblings nearly killed each other in a single combat challenge.
Ah. Well, at least I avoided that. Think you're ready to put all your training to the test?
I am Tenakth. I am always ready.
Nice.
You nervous about the mission ahead?
If I live, it will be in victory. If I die, it will be in battle. What matters most is that you achieve your objective.
I'll do my best.
Ojalá no te mueras, carnal.
I should go get ready.
I await your orders.
Ok. Antes de hablar con Alba, quiero ver si Gaia tiene nuevos diálogos. Yo creo que no, pero... quién sabe, y al hablar después de hablar con Beira, se le desbloquearon nuevas cosas. Entonces vamos rapidón.
Hello again, Aloy.
Oli.
Yes.
Ay.
I am continuously impressed by the complexity of human relationships. Despite the unpleasant circumstances that led to your quarrel, I am pleased to see you have both found an agreeable resolution.
Well, two heads are better than one, right?
Yes, I
A
believe so.
veces.
Are you ready to depart for Cauldron Gemini? Or we can continue our conversation, if you like.
A ver, hay nuevas cositas. Este lugar, a ver.
So what will happen to this place while we're at Gemini?
All systems within this facility will continue to operate. As Minerva will no longer be masking this location, the facility will be exposed to detection. Though without my presence, it is unlikely to attract attention.
Let's hope so. Gaia? What was Elizabeth like?
Her presence is interwoven with my memories. The moment I came online, she was there. We exchanged greetings, names, then set to our task.
Ah, ya
It
lo
was
habíamos
the same-
hablado esto.
She was okay. Thanks, Gaia. So, about Beta. I never really saw the difference between us until now. She's been through so much. Completely alone.
You have both endured many hardships. Different in almost every respect, yet equally remarkable. I like to think of you as two miracles, born of Elizabeth Sobek.
3, then. Let's not forget about you, Gaia.
Una manera interesante de ver Estos clones.
When I set out to find a way to bring you back, I never thought we'd be here, like this. Among friends.
They have all come a long way with their improvised educations. Varl has suggested that one day we might extend this model to more tribal inhabitants, once the biosphere has been stabilized.
Yeah, that's not such a bad idea. As long as you're the one running the lessons.
Educar a todas las tribus, ¿eh? Una tarea muy difícil e interesante también. Quitarles todas las creencias que tienen arraigadas, así, todas las tradiciones que pues, tal vez estén medias primitivas.
Okay, people. It's time to head out.
I'll get everyone together.
No, no quería hacer eso. Vamos a ver si podemos cargar una misión anterior, porque no quiero ver la misión de esta morra. A ver, ¿qué hora es ahorita? 3:08. Cargar partidita de autoguardado 3:07. Vamos viendo si salgo esto. Sí pude. Qué bueno. A ver, vámonos por acá. No sabía que aquí activamos la misión.
Find the right strategy.
Forget it. The man is unbeatable at machine strike.
His people invented the game.
Ahí está.
What did you expect?
Kotalo can't win every time. Try to be optimistic.
A ver, ya hablé con
Aloy.
ustedes, ¿no?
You forgot something?
Sí, ya se guardó todo.
I should
Nice.
get going.
We'll be waiting.
Y ahora sí vamos a hablar con esta morra. Alba, cuéntame cositas.
I hope I'm not interrupting.
Not at all. I was just studying the pulse generator schematics. The ones Gaia and Beta built. The craftsmanship is remarkable. Is everything all right? It sounded like there was an issue with Beta and the mission.
Not anymore. We just needed to talk some things through.
To understand one another is to embrace truth. Oh, and if you have a moment, there's something I could use your help with.
A ver, primero cuéntame chismecito de por acá. Y ahorita vemos eso.
Have you spoken with Zoe at all?
A little bit, but I did hear her singing with Varl not too long ago. I don't think they noticed. Zoe seemed so free when she did it. Like every emotion she had was taking flight in song. And she looked happier because of it. I felt so dull and nervous in comparison.
You should ask Zoe to teach you sometime. About Utaru music.
Maybe.
If you need anything before heading out to the cauldrons.
You have nothing to worry about. Gaia's explained your plan in detail, as expected from such an efficient AI. I've even received some very, succinct combat advice from Kotalo. You know, in case the Zeniths show up.
What kind of advice?
He, told me to run.
For now. We'll even the odds soon enough.
Pues la neta sí pinche Kotalo es que pues esos güeyes son invencibles básicamente. Bueno, creo que sí había un arma que las puede chingar o al menos quitarles el escudo, pero aún así pues si no los logras quitar esos son invencibles. Entonces pinche Kotalo está en lo correcto. En efecto.
Any more data catch your eye?
All of it? I have so much to study up on. Years, actually. I'm particularly interested in the Odyssey. We knew the ancestors had made it to the moon. In fact, we theorized some of them had settled on it. But Sirius is way farther than that. And we thought journeying across the ocean would be the feat of a lifetime. The sheer calculations needed for space travel. It's overwhelming to think about.
Even so, the Quen are way ahead of other tribes when it comes to understanding this stuff. Where I grew up, everyone thought that stars were sparks that rose from a fire lit by the goddess to guide us through the night.
Me recuerda, pues, a la historia de nosotros mismos, ¿no? De las anteriores civilizaciones humanas. O sea, hace siglos, milenio o algo así. Creían cosas así. Y luego lo que comentó de que seguramente habría vida, esta morra cuando comentó lo de la luna o lo de incluso Marte. Chance ahí hay vida, ¿no? O sea, chance incluso en un tercer juego de Horizon. No estaría descabellado que pudieran meter en la historia de que, hay humanos en la luna o hay humanos en Marte. Y realmente no solamente se quedaron en la Tierra. Maybe. Chance ahí nos medio spoilearon.
Must be strange to think that some of the ancestors your tribe reveres are still alive. And here on Earth, right now.
Yeah, it is. Part of me's curious to know who else besides Eric Visser might be among them. Maybe Nikita Arand? We call her the Spark. The legacy tells us she brought unlimited energy to the old ones. Or Sung Jiao, whom we call the Healer. It is said she found new ways to extend the ancestors' lifespans. But my curiosity fades when I think of how different our view of Visser was compared to the reality that you experienced. Perhaps it is better not to know.
No creo, morra. Yo siento que siempre es mejor saber y después de ahí, con conocimiento, decidir. Aunque la verdad no sea muy cómoda de saber.
You mentioned there was something you needed help with?
Yes. So, as I was sifting through data from the greenhouse, I found references to an old world system back in the Great Delta. It's called Leviathan. My people discovered it decades ago. A sprawling network of river gates and a labyrinth of underground tunnels. The legacy revealed that the old ones used it to control flooding. But we've never gotten it to work. The whole thing is shut down. But the data from the greenhouse mentions the research facility where Leviathan was created. It's in San Francisco.
Another Pharaoh facility?
Nice.
No. Leviathan was a project by Eileen Sasaki, another ancestor. So the legacy tells us, anyway. If we can acquire that data, we might be able to fix the system back in the Great Delta. Every year, my sister gets terrified when the long rains begin. With Leviathan, maybe she won't have to be.
Okay. So, where in San Francisco is this facility?
That's the thing. The data doesn't say where, exactly. But one of our diviners has been exploring the ruins. He might know. Would you come with me? I have a feeling that wherever this facility is, well, you're much better at fighting machines than I am.
Of course. I'll let you know when I'm in landfall.
Thank you, Aloy.
Esta morra me cae bien. No existe, pero me cae bien.
I should go. Make sure you talk to Gaia if you have any questions about the pulse generators.
May your path lead to truth.
Igualmente.
And, like I said, I'll let you know when I'm in landfall. We'll find the data you're after.
I appreciate it.
Muy bien. Qué bueno que sí me reinicié esto de acá. Entonces, legado prohibido. Seleccionamos. Llevamos 44 minutos. Yo creo que vamos a llegar ahí nomás. Y lo dejamos ahí por este capítulo. Qué buen paisaje, ¿eh? Les quedó muy bien este pinche juego. A ver, chismecito por acá. Parece que no. ¿Por qué no me dejas? Ahora sí mejor. Guardado manual y vamos haciendo... yo creo que aquí está bien. Guardar, sí. Ahora... ¿Dónde está la misión secundaria? Hasta mero acá. Ujú. Vamos hacia aquí. Ah, usé un viaje rápido. Hubiera usado la fogata. Vámonos pues. ¿Qué fue eso? Yo creo que lo vamos a ir dejando por aquí, de hecho. Voy a nomás aumentar estos puntitos. ¿Qué dice este? Es más probable que acertes impactos críticos. No me interesa tanto. ¿Este qué es? Dispara una ráfaga. Este no está mal. Sí uso este arco. Dispara una flecha especial que se adhiere a un enemigo durante un breve periodo de tiempo. Continúa con un ataque cuerpo a cuerpo para detonarla e infligir más daño. Si adhieres varias flechas, provocarás una explosión más potente. Dispara hasta 2 flechas del tipo que tengas seleccionado y consume una pequeña cantidad de resistencia de armas. Apunta. Vamos calándole. Inflige más daño al provocar una explosión de resonador. Primero ataca a un enemigo con ataques de cuerpo a cuerpo para acumular energía en tu lanza. Cuando se cargue por completo, oprime R2 para energizar a tu objetivo. Para terminar, cambia al arco y dispara una... Ok, vamos dándole. No sabía que eso se provocaba con un golpe fuerte. Tu lanza es energizantes, échale. Porque sí uso el cuerpo a cuerpo. Conecta un módulo de energía a tu lanza para infligir más daño con ataques cuerpo a cuerpo durante un tiempo limitado. Es que el escudo es buenísimo, ¿eh? Inflige más daño, échale. Ok. 28, nomás me faltaría esta, creo. Y esta, mejorarlas. ¿Cuántos puntos requieren? 3. No, si está carita. Por acá quedamos que no había nada interesante, creo. Lanzacuerdas, eso casi no lo he usado. Esto ya está completa. Estos casi no los uso. Y si no los uso, pues para que los mejoro. A ver, por acá que tenemos. Aumenta el tiempo. Pues no estaría mal, ¿eh? Las máquinas controladas. Inflige más daño. Inflige o inflige, como sea. ¿Este qué es? Lanzapúas, casi no las uso. Son lanzapúas. ¿Me brinqué este? Creo que sí, ¿no? Sí, me lo brinqué. Inflige más daño de extracción, lo que aumenta la probabilidad de eliminar el blindaje del enemigo y las piezas. Ese no suena mal. Puedes llevar más bombas de humo, ese no me interesa. Este es el mismo. Recupera resistencia de armas y consigue más valor al usar ataque silencioso. Más o menos lo uso. Recupera. Arco preciso. Carga una segunda flecha de tipo que tenga seleccionado. Dispara. Es que es muy bueno este. Es este, ¿no? Es que ese es buenísimo. O sea, aunque compre este, realmente no lo uso nunca. Conecta un módulo sobrecargado. Yo creo que va a ser este de acá. Y luego este acá. Ahora sí ya quedó. Muy bien, pues lo vamos a ir dejando por aquí. En el siguiente episodio vamos a continuar con la misión secundaria de El Legado Prohibido. Por allá. Entonces, sin más que decir, me despido con este hermoso paisaje, con el ya clásico. Adiósito.